video on how to make your drill on an adapter 18 volt. Well, I tested it out and I pushed it as hard as I could. And I actually mixed a full large gallon bucket of cement with it. And the adapter and the power was all there, but I actually broke the gears in the drill. Can you believe it? So what I'm going to do is I've got two of these at home that I use all the time on batteries. But this time I'm going to adapt this drill so I can use it for inside the shop. I have a second one up there with the battery, but I can also use it if we're doing work and I need two drills. Now I've done a test. I got a pliers and put in these clip cables, and I found out this is plus here and this is minus. And now that I've decided that, and here is the adapter cable, the end of the cable here, and I'm going to pan a little. And up in there, see this box here, back here, is actually my adapter 18 volt 20 amp. Now I've marked this red so that it's the right way around as well. So we have the red here and we have the markings on my drill. So I know where to solder onto, I'm going to put the contact back in this time, see, on the pack. Now I've taken out the batteries. We'll put those aside out of the way. There's another old drill I'm doing stuff with. Now I've got the contact here. Now what we want to do, I'm going to pan down so you can see this. There we go. What we want to do is drill a hole through here. Make sure you get the back of the drill, right? The round part here is the back of the drill. Drill a hole through here. Make sure this, knot this so it doesn't come out. Bring it up through here and have my contacts back in, put back in here as well, like this. See? So it fits in quite nicely, but I'm just going to epoxy this in because it's not going to come out once it's epoxy. So first of all, I'm going to drill a hole, fit the wire through. I can't get it out now, there we go. Let's get a pliers. That's going in there quite nicely actually. Poke it down, I suppose. It fell out a minute ago. There you go. Now I've marked this as well. This is the hot and this is the black. So this large one is the red wire and this other one. So I'm going to drill a hole, solder this on, and we're going to epoxy it up into this thing here. So I can exchange from live adapter to my batteries like a lot of other people are doing. Okay. There's the first hole. Now I'll just put the wire through if it fits. It's a little tight. I might have to make it a little bit bigger or file it out. I'll just file it out for a minute or two. Yeah, so I got the through wires coming through at long last. A little bit of filing on the plastic. We pull it through now. It's tough because I got it tight, which I want. Give myself a little extra wire up here. Right? It's got to reach up in the air to the top, right? So there we go. That's that part done. So the two wires through, they're in through here. I most likely put a little knot there or something to hold it back, or a clip. Even a little epoxy will do that. So these wires are going to go in here and they're just going to be like that. So now I'm going to solder this on. The next bit is to get my soldering gun down here. So I'm putting a good load of solder on the wires first, like I always do. Everybody has a different way. This is the way I like doing it. I put flux on the wires even though there's flux in the... And I put a good lot of solder on this wire so that it doesn't fray. And then I attach it to the piece that I want to attach it to. Can you see all that? We're putting a test cord on the drill, and you know I'm using these alligator clips, but I have to use a long pliers to get it inside this drill tub here. And we're just gonna plug this into the plus, and the other one is on the minus. And we're going to make sure before we epoxy it all in that the drill runs. So we're going to, are we live or not live? I don't want to be live until I'm ready. Yeah, not live, okay. So this is minus, this is plus, and we're going to plug her in. And we see if the drill works now. See if the drill works, I'm all it goes, see. Put her for fast. So there you go. My connections are right. And now I'll just epoxy the unit. I got to unplug again, sorry. Safety first. Take the allocator clips off. And there we go. So the black is black back. So all I have to do now is get this up in here, this contact epoxied in up in here, right? And we'll be away. There we go, it's up. And you can see the prongs are sticking out here, and they're gonna go up in that shaft and clip into those there. So we're all set to go nearly. See, and she'll be all set to go with the prongs and all. So I'm going to get some epoxy and pour it in there right now. So one last final test. I just held it in there with this, this here, the file, and pushed it right in the drill to make sure that the connectors work. And my connectors are working. Something's loose. There we go. So the connectors are working. All I got to do is epoxy it in. PL ×8 strong. This is the great stuff to epoxy units in. I'm going to put a little bit in the air if I can get it in there. I use a screwdriver if I have to. Or I can just put on the contact. Here she comes. There we go. Got a little screwdriver here somewhere. Got a bit of a mess to do with all the stuff I'm doing. Here's this little screwdriver. Take some of this epoxy. Right? And just put it around this edge here so it bonds at the top. And then we'll wall it in from behind so wires can't be pulled or anything. That's pretty good. Slide that there. Just going to take this epoxy piece and push it in the top here. Catches a little bit, but hey, you know, that might be beneficial in the long run. And see, that's glued up in there now. And what we're going to do is poke a whole pile of this down after it so that this can't come out again. Just shove it in there, look at that. It's never going to go anywhere once I get that in there. And I'm just going to push that in with something. I wouldn't mind something flat. Oh, chopsticks. Just in case I need them for something like this. And then I can throw them away afterwards. Get this in your centerpiece. So I'm going to push the glue down in there now. Mark my words, when that hardens, that ain't going nowhere. Yeah, they're sticking out quite far. And there you have it. We'll put this back together like this. Other way around. Right? And you'll have your unit. And see, I put a knot. Oh, one of my clips have come off again. I put a knot Can you see that there? See the knot there? So the wire can't pull out. I'll most likely put some kind of heavy duty stuff in here, something to weigh it down a little. And so there you go, it's ready to go. I'm gonna leave it dry for 24 hours. Yeah, so I just made up a little bit of mortar to put in the bottom to give it a bit of weight, because I like that. I just didn't have anything else. You can epoxy nuts and bolts and it would be the same thing. But, you know, I just put a bit of mortar in the bottom. I'll just show you that, see. And I'm going to screw it up now, like this. And there we go. It should be ready for it to plug into the drill in about 24 or 48 hours. And I'll be back in business. So there you go. It's all wired up. I'm just going to leave it dry for quite a while. That was because this was a bad battery. I marked it. Just going to leave this dry for a long time. And then clip her into my drill. And away she goes. You can see the contacts are in there. And she's all ready to go. And she's already attached to the adapter. So there we go. Hey, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Got a bit of weight too. I've waited about 20 hours and the glue's gone hard in the unit. And you can see I got the cable going to the adapter now. So, you know how you've been in the shop and you're using the old battery drill and it runs out of power and your other battery hasn't been recharged. And now you got to sit there and wait. Not anymore. You just clip out, go over to your adapter, and away you go again. Now this adapter's got power, right? This adapter has so much power I broke my last drill, the gears in it, stirring cement. So, you know, the adapter has plenty of power to run this unit. So you don't have any problem there. And then if you have to go out somewhere and do something, you can quickly switch back over to your battery pack if you want to. At least this way, during the winter, in the shop, you can use the power pack instead of using the batteries and leaving the batteries out in the cold. So there you go. There's the problem solved. Switch, baby. Excellent. And it's got the cement in it so it stands up as well. A little bit of weight. You can put nuts and bolts with epoxy in there and it'll work as well. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your projects. I'm Willie B.